Hello, esports pros, players, content creators, streamers, and the like. I hope you're all doing well. I thought I'd make this video because it was a topic I talked about a couple weeks ago now during the Fortnite Streamer Bowl. Now, many of you guys who are watching probably already know about this, that being a popular Fortnite creator known as Nick830 who was caught cheating in a charity event, that being the Fortnite Streamer Bowl, where all your winnings would go to a select charity as well. Now, we've already proven, it's been proven time and time again, he actually did cheat. Again, though, it's very debatable because I've never talked about a guy out there actually cheating in a charity event. The only real, I guess you could say repercussions here is that he and his team and his charity placed higher than other teams and charities because of the move he did make. He actually, each and every game had a specific landing zone for specific groups of people, and him and his teammate landed outside that zone to try and get better loot, thus eventually actually impacting the standings. I think in particular as well, they actually got a kill or two and thus affected the point standings because they came from a zone where they shouldn't have been and players weren't expecting them to be there. If that does make sense, that's all been confirmed.
The big mountain here, all these spots have loot that spawns on top.
They're gonna be keeping an eye out for retail row.
Don't forget these power lines. That's what Monster's talking about.
What if we
spread across
stretch
this entire
out
area, about 3 of them, and you can zip line to any single one.
There's no real good POIs that are nearby. That's the only problem. So
up there, he could set up with a sniper rifle and do exactly what he did last time.
So I think what we want to do, because remember we get a warning.
That is true.
We don't
I mean, he
get
plays
points
all
slower,
around
then we
this
just go
area.
back
That
in.
Steamy Sacks, as does Nate Hill.
It's not a bad
We've
thing.
seen him land here.
You want
There's a lot of players. Once again,
No,
it
can't be that obvious, dude. It can't be that obvious.
It's actually his actions post the kind of controversial issue here that are the weird thing, right? We see many a times out there, many esports pros, players, streamers, content creators have made countless mistakes out there and handled them all differently. If I'm going to give props to Nick on one thing, I don't know whether it's him being very smart about this or his PR agent out there. He has not said a single word about the issue since it happened. And that's a rarity when it comes time for esports and gaming, because oftentimes the first response you want to have is to respond about these things. And to be quite honest, I think this will be dead and not really be an issue. Give a week or two, give a month or two. No one will probably remember this. Although, as I rehash this, I want to give you guys advice. If you are watching this, if there is a way to run it down, it likely is this. We've actually seen it time and time again with the likes of, FaZe Clan, all of their controversies. Some they actually do respond about, others they don't. We've talked about when it comes time for Envy, they've had some controversies with players in both CSGO and Call of Duty. Some they respond about, others they don't. Now, many a time the approach you do choose depends upon what you probably think is best, and Nick830 has somehow been avoiding all of the countless comments for now a couple of weeks, and I honestly think it's probably the smartest move he could be doing. I don't know. I just find it very funny how different of a reaction we get from just about everyone out there when it comes time for these kind of things, and when it comes time for controversy and drama as well. There certainly is a best approach. Me, myself, I've talked about on the channel. I really do like transparency, but you got to understand as well, and I'm not trying to drag Nick down. I don't think what he did was, exactly correct, and the video, of course, kind of incriminating him makes him look all the worse. Is it the worst offense? No. I've covered a lot worse here on the channel, and so I guess a little bit of advice out there for anyone who actually is watching. If you ever do undergo a controversy, I would say a more lighthearted controversy like Nick830 did, honestly the best move is to just not talk about it. It can be very tough to undergo all of the overwhelming comments about, him cheating for a charity event and so on and so forth, which have gone on Twitter and his stream ever since it did happen, but he's resisted. I mean, we called him out, the Score called him out, Dexerto called him out, just about every gaming outlet you guys can think of has called this man out, and he has said absolutely nothing, which is super, super impressive. And again, a month from now, we won't be talking about it, but I thought I would give my approach about this because we've covered a lot of issues in the past about many stories where, some organizations, they do respond, some they don't. And again, it depends upon a case-by-case basis. Certainly not the worst case we have seen in terms of what Nick830 did, but I will give him props where props are due. And that's why it's not even in the title really, is being quiet sometimes is your best choice. What do you guys think about this? And again, I kind of want to reiterate here, what he did was not the worst thing. I've definitely covered a lot of bad things here about, particularly what pros should not be saying. This one, when it comes down to it, the best thing to do was to not do anything at all about it. And we'll see how long it takes for this to die out, how long it takes for those comments to no longer be a thing, or if they'll remain a meme for quite some time in the Fortnite scene. I really do think of all the esports creators out there and players out there as well, I think Nick830 is handling the situation probably as smartfully as he could. Did I use the right word there? Anyway, okay. I'm going to see you guys back here next time. All right? Bye.